If you're a home service business, you definitely know that every call that you miss is a job that went to someone else. Every lead that you quoted and followed up on, gone. Every customer in your CRM from 6 months ago that nobody called back, that's not a cold lead. That's money already yours, just sitting in there waiting for you to be acted upon. And right now, many companies are jumping on the opportunity to use AI for reactivating their old leads and recovering up to $100,000 per year on dead leads. So let me show you how that works. All right, so let's start discussing follow-ups. What's probably happening right now is that many of the people that are receiving calls, they may be in certain situations where they are perhaps doing lunch or doing something else. They receive the call, so they are not properly in a situation where they can record everything. So oftentimes they just record things on sticky notes. They perhaps are being told during the Monday meeting that they need to follow up with someone because someone else was perhaps on call during that time. So what's often happening is that there is not really a orderly process to record and taking into account, let's say, follow-ups that need to happen. So of course, what should happen is that we always send confirmation via test. That is, if we do not have already a system in place for that we have properly recorded everything into a CRM. We have tech dispatch alerts and always leads that have been, let's say, unconverted, that we try to nurture them and follow up with them. So that is, of course, the ideal state where we would like to get. So let's go through how ideally one business's process should be when, let's say, they receive a call from a prospect. So let's imagine that we just received the call. And after that call, what happens within 5 minutes, or should happen within 5 minutes, is that we create a CRM entry. So we properly log the person. If they have booked a job, we are going to send them a confirmation text. We are going to inform also the dispatch. That ideally is all automatic, right? Once we create the CRM entry. And then perhaps also the owner is alert. And then the call is properly, let's say, recorded and summarized. Now, what happens if we, let's say, do not book a job from this person? And this is where most businesses actually fall off. And it's actually quite interesting because this is where the largest opportunity lays. So if they do not book a, let's say, job with us, what we want to do over the week is that every day we want to potentially, or every other day, have a touch point to remind them, hey, have you took into consideration our quote? Perhaps day 2, we send them a call to just assess whether they have considered what we have discussed. Because the thing is that probably after the first call, they're probably going to call other competitors. So it's important to be there and reminding them that we have been in contact before and we're interested to work with you. So we're trying to establish a bit of a relationship, a few, let's say, touch points over the week after. And if we are able to re-engage them, then awesome. If we don't, it doesn't stop there. What we want to do is that on a regular basis, we want to send them nurture, let's say, touch points. So that can be via call, via email, via SMS, but we want to engage with them. And that, of course, is now going to be with a high cadence as we would do over the first week. So between the 30 to 90 days, what we can do is every 30 days, we basically send them, I don't know, initially an SMS, perhaps a call, or what's nice is also to promote specific offers for people who have not been engaged after this entire, let's say, journey. So what's interesting here is that, of course, it would take a lot of maintenance work for a human to be able to build a system, right? But using AI tools or AI callers nowadays is the best way to handle all of this programmatic work, because it all gets controlled from the CRM, and from the CRM we're able to properly tag and follow up with leads in a systematic way. Now, let's look at some further math. So if you're going to open right now your CRM, perhaps Service Titan, House Call Pro, or Jobber, you might see for the average business that we've been working with, they likely have around 1,000 leads, oftentimes more. But let's say that we have around 600 to 1,500 leads sitting in our CRM that we have been engaging with before, or they were just asking for questions. We have had some sort of engagement before with them. Now, if we're able to reactivate them with a nice offer, so perhaps it's say Black Friday and we want to push a specific campaign, or there is a specific offer that we would like to push out, what we can do is basically reactivate or try to re-engage all of the leads that were in our CRM. And what often happens is that, of course, the percentage of people that get reactivated tends to be on the more conservative side, but still 5 to 8% can seem like a low. But if we take into consideration that average is around 800, then we can look at a return on investment that can return us around $24,000 to $57,000 in recoverable revenue that is already sitting in our CRM. So it's quite, say, a goldmine that many companies are sitting on, and naturally humans might have a hard time to follow up with a lot of of course these are big numbers, so it would take a long time for any person to just go through these people and call them one by one. But it's a very good that a AI can easily do, given that it's very systematic. We give it a script and it just follows the script. It's able to go through, let's say, the motions that we train it with, basically achieve the goal that we set it for. And of course, as I just mentioned, manual versus AI follow-up is really best use case for any follow-up or scripted that you give it, and it's able to return to us with a proper call that is going out to our old leads. So to drive the point home, likely your CRM has 5% of people that would possibly be ready to work again with you, that could be easily converted into paying customers. So you're probably sitting on a gold mine and you do not know it. And the beautiful thing is that AI never forgets to follow up. I mean, a task that AI really handle proficiently and nowadays very well. It almost sounds like a human. So it would be a really perfect use case for AI voice callers. Regularly go through CRM and look for old leads and try to re-engage them on a periodic and systematic way. Now, if you're considering to take this direction and explore AI voice agents, then I would like to say that offer free consultation slots, and you can find a link in the description if you want to have a one-on-one chat to do that. And if you want to see how we built an entire reactivation system for one of our clients, then I do invite you to watch this video right here. See you there.